So this one was really tricky, and I think they sort of downplayed the STEM a little bit more.
Well, some units it's easier to integrate than others, and that's
true.
okay. Because next time you do one that has a lot of STEM.
Mm-hmm. Well, and they did a STEM, both these two expeditions they do. In the case of 7th grade, the fall one is STEM oriented. The spring one, this one is more social studies oriented. But they do try to integrate the STEM, but the focus of it wasn't STEM.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was in Tennessee and I had a group of special ed students, and I was in a very rural area. This was in the late 70s, early 80s, and one of the kids came in one day and they said, what are they spraying to kill the foliage on the side of the road? We wonder because we have a well, and and I said, well, I don't know, let's find out. And we launched into some research and found out that it was Agent Orange, leftover stuff from Vietnam. Yeah. And they stockpiled it and were using it to spray all through the countryside there. And the kids did a newspaper article about it. That was one of my first kind of expeditionary learning pieces, and it was so exciting because they got a lot of attention from the community that these kids didn't typically get. They took pictures, sent it to the newspaper, and said, "Do you know what's being sprayed on the side of the road here?"
Now, is this continuation of that one, or is this a new one?
To 6th grade here.
Okay.
And this, as it says, is Join the Revolution. So they studied revolutions that have happened throughout history and then tie them to what's going on today with the Arab Spring and with the Occupy Wall Street movement, and just sort of how these things evolve sort of organically within a society.
Mm-hmm. And all of the grades are learning from each other. So I'm assuming that the 6th graders showcase, there's opportunities for them to share and converse all along the way, or
we're
just
trying
the grand finale?
It's mostly just within the grades right now. We're trying to actually have the middle schoolers play a bigger part in the education of the elementary school, and have them be instructors with it.
Right.
And every year we do a little bit more of that, but not as much as we would like.
The learning that is right here in this corridor is phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And I'm as I do this, I'm trying to think of, I would have to figure out ways to roll it up every night, put it back out, because we don't have any. Right. There's no space like this, but.
Well, we'd like leaving it up for nothing else for people like you.
Well, yeah, and for just the continuity of it all, because what happens is, you cover a unit, it gets put away. There's no evidence of what came before to reflect on, and that's what I love. It's just it doesn't have a fragmented feel about it. It has such a sense of organic life.
Well, and really the whole